Hi, children. I am so happy to welcome you all once again to civics part. How are you, children? Hope you are well. Right. Now, today, I wish to tell you the first chapter in civics part entitled What is Democracy? Why Democracy? What is democracy? Why democracy? Okay, children. So it comes under civics part. This is the first lesson entitled What is democracy? Why democracy? Let us learn about it. Okay? Right. Democracy. What is democracy? Why democracy? Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. A democracy is a type of government which is run by the people, because in democracy people enjoy equal share in the government. There are so many other types of governments like a dictatorship, monarchy, oligarchy. Likewise, so many other types of governments. Of all these governments, it is the democracy in which people play a pivotal role. People play a significant role because people run the government. That is the feature of this type of government. Democracy, it is ultimately it is a people's government. Democracy is a people's government because it is run by the people. That is why it is called people's government. So ultimately democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Rulers are not coming from the royal line. In democracy, rulers are not coming from what we call palaces, but the rulers who come from the people only, my dear children. It's a great system of government. So people are elected, the rulers are elected by the people. After all, the rulers are from people. They come from people. People only elect their rulers to rule over themselves. That is why democracy is called a people's government, because people elect their representatives or rulers. So the ultimate authority is vested in the hands of the people in democracy. That is why democracy is called people's government. And here you see, democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Okay, yes, right to vote is given to all the people in democracy, irrespective of their caste, color, creed, and so on. The people enjoy, all sections of people enjoy the right to vote. So all these people collectively elect their rulers. By exercising their right to vote, they elect their rulers. That is why democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So here people play a significant role in democracy. So we can see the role of people in democracy. There is no democracy without people. So people play a significant role in democracy. After all, the rulers are elected by the people only. So the people enjoy the ultimate authority. The people enjoy supreme power in democracy. So democracy is the form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. The rulers are not coming from the palace. The rulers are not coming from the royal line here, but they are elected by the people only. So ultimately the people elect their rulers to rule over themselves. So that is democracy. And now let me tell you about the origin of the word democracy, my dear children. Let us see. The word democracy here, actually literally the word democracy is derived from the Greek words demos and kratia. I repeat, the word democracy is derived from two Greek words. They are demos, Greek word demos, and another word kratia. The word democracy is derived from the Greek words demos and kratia. Demos means people, and kratia means rule. Demos means people, kratia means rule. Thus, democracy means a rule of people or people's rule. Democracy means people's rule or people's authority. So, thus, democracy means the rule of people. And democracy is a form of government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Noted, quotation it is given by former President of America, Abraham Lincoln, who says, democracy is the form of the government. It is of the government. It is the government of the people and by the people. He says, democracy is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Okay? So, the government here, democracy runs for the sake of the people. And the government is run by the people. Because all the people have equal share in the government. That is why it is the government of the people. It is not the government of a few sections of people, but it is the government of all the people, for the people, and by the people. Okay? Now, here I would like to tell you the case of Pakistan. Later I will tell you about the Pakistan. Now let me tell you about the Myanmar. Army rulers Myanmar. Okay, for so many years, okay, Myanmar, our neighboring country, Myanmar was ruled by dictators and other monarchs. So army rulers of Myanmar and dictators like Augusto Pinochet of Chile are not elected by the people. They say that their governments are a democratic government, but whereas in practice they are not. They are not a people's government. They are not a democratic governments. So Myanmar and Chile, where the rulers are not elected by people, but they came to power by force. They came to power by force. They are not elected by the people. Okay, the dictators in Myanmar or army rulers in Myanmar and Chile, where the rulers are not elected by the people. That's why we cannot call those countries are democratic countries. Now, let me tell you about the features of democracy. Let us discuss about the features of characteristic features of democracy. Features of democracy. The rulers elected by the people take all major decisions in democracy. Rulers who are elected by the people in democracy, who take all the important decisions, all the political decisions are taken by the people only. They are not taken by others or few, but the rulers here elected by the people take all the major decisions, because the rulers who are elected by the people, so on behalf of all the people in the country, ultimately the rulers to take all the important decisions, because people voted them. They became rulers by the people. That's why on behalf of the people, here the rulers who take the decisions, all the important vital decisions, all the important decisions are taken by the people only. Okay. Next, elections offer a choice and a fair opportunity to the people to change rulers. And one more thing, when we think of the democracy, immediately we know about the elections. Okay, yes, because elections play a very important role in democracy. Democracy means elections. Okay, yes, so elections offer a fair choice to the people to elect their representatives of the rulers. So elections offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change their rulers. For example, if the people don't want their rulers, and they can immediately change their rulers when the elections come. Okay, by exercising their vote, they can change their rulers in democracy. So it is a fair choice or opportunity which is given to all the people in democracy. So the people enjoy this opportunity to change their rulers whenever they are discontented, whenever they are not happy with their rulers, and then by exercising their vote, they can change their rulers in democracy. It is a fair opportunity or a fair choice given to the people in democracy. But in other forms of governments where we cannot see this fair choice, but only in democracy where the people enjoy this fair choice or fair opportunity to change their rulers, my dear children. So elections offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change their rulers. And democracy is based on equality. Another important feature is that democracy is based upon equality. In other forms of government where we cannot see the right to equality, we cannot see the equality. But in democracy where people enjoy equality. So democracy is mainly based upon the foundations of equality, my dear children. Democracy is based upon the foundations of equality. So equality is also another noted important feature of democracy. And next one, another important feature, respect the individual rights here. Yes, government respects, okay, the rights of the individuals. Okay, here the people are given individual rights. So respect the individual. There is a proper respect for individual rights. People enjoy, okay, rights, individual rights, like a right to freedom of speech and expression, a right to live. So all these are the important rights. So they can enjoy all these rights, right to equality, right to education. All these rights can be enjoyed by the people. So respect the individual rights. But whereas in dictatorial governments where the people do not have these rights, they don't have the rights at all. Only they perform the duties, but they don't have rights. But whereas in democracy, the people, while enjoying their rights, they can perform their duties also. Yes, my dear. So that is where there is proper respect for individual rights in democracy. And next one, another important feature, independent judiciary. So people people have independent judiciary because judiciary, courts, okay, yes, they can act independently. Yes, they don't need to bow down to the governments. Okay, they can act independently. That is called independent judiciary. Okay, yes. Then citizens enjoy the freedom of speech, and they can also enjoy the freedom of expression. Okay, and that is also another important feature. And next one, the dignity of an individual is recognized here. Here the individual or citizen or people or a person can enjoy dignity. Yes, he can enjoy a dignity. Okay, yes. So dignity of an individual is recognized and protected in democracy. So all these are the features of democracy, my dear children. And now let me tell case of Pakistan. Now in Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf, a military general who led a military coup in October in the year 1999. This military general in Pakistan who led a military coup. Yes, he came to power. Yes, by using his power, military strength, he came to power. And later, after he came to power, okay, and then by just before coming to power, he overthrew a democratically elected government and declared himself the chief executive of the country. He overthrew democratically elected government in Pakistan, and later he came to power, and then he declared himself the chief executive of the country. Actually, he was a military general. Okay, and then he came to power by force. Okay, by overthrowing elected government in Pakistan, and this took place in the year 1999, my dear children. And later, he changed his designation to the president. Just he announced and he declared himself as the chief executive of the country, and later he changed his designation as the president of the country. Okay, he changed his designation to the president, and later in the year 2002 he also held a referendum. He organized a big referendum in the country in Pakistan, and later in that referendum granted him a 5-year extension. Okay, yes, a five-year extension, okay, tenure, okay, a 5-year extension tenure was given by the people in Pakistan. Actually, the referendum was not conducted genuinely because he is a military officer. That's why it's a false referendum. So that referendum granted him a 5 year extension. That means his tenure was extended up to 5 years. Okay, and later in August 2002, he issued a legal framework, my dear. In the year 2002, in the month of August, he issued a legal framework order. In this legal framework order, according to this order, the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. Actually, the provincial assemblies are elected by the people. But whereas when he came to power, okay, he made this legal framework order. He made according to this. Now the president have the power to dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. Though elected representatives had some powers, the final power was in the hands of military officer, and General Musharraf himself, okay, had enjoyed this power. So, okay, according to this legal framework order, the president or the Musharraf got ultimate authority to dismiss the provincial assemblies, and this condition cannot be called a democracy in Pakistan. They say themselves that there is the democratic country, but whereas in practice it was not a democratic country. So this condition cannot be called a democratic country. Thus, in democracy, the final decision-making power must rest with those who are elected by the people, my dear children. That's why actually in a democracy, the power must be vested in the hands of the people, but not in the hands of a single ruler, but in the hands of the people. Okay, the power must belong to the people in democracy. And now let me tell you, that is all about the case of Pakistan. And another important neighboring country, let me tell you the case of China. In case of China, the members of Chinese parliament called National People's Congress, my dear. It is called National People's Congress. Okay, the members in this Congress are elected by the people after every 5 years. Okay, for every 5 years, elections are generally conducted to the National People's Congress. That is the name of the Chinese parliament. Okay, National People's Congress. So the members are elected by the people for every 5 years. The National People's Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. Okay, here this National Congress is very powerful in China, because the members of this National Congress only elect the president for the whole of China. That is the specialty of the National People's Congress or the Chinese parliament. Okay, the members of the National People's Congress who can collectively elect the president of the nation. Collectively they elect the the president of the nation. The National People's Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. Before contesting elections, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party, and here the Communist Party in China plays a very important role. So over the decades, it had been playing a very pivotal role. So that party needs if any member wants to contest the elections, that candidate should take the approval or permission of the Chinese Communist Party. So without the approval of the Communist Party, no candidate can contest the elections. Only its members are allowed to contest. Only those who are the members of the Communist Party are only are contesting the elections, and they are only elected in the elections. But ordinary people cannot be the members of the this Congress. So the government is always formed by the Communist Party, and here, as I told you, the Communist Party in China plays a very significant role. So the government is always formed by the party. What party it is? Communist Party. Okay, and here I stop, my dear children, and in the next video I shall tell you the remaining concept. Until then, read the textbook, and if you have any doubts, and call upon me. Okay, my dear children, thank you for viewing this video. Thank you.